Excellent.
I fixed mine earlier.
You did.
+3. Yep, you have a +3 weapon.
Yes, I do.
There's how you make your noodles. And they are legitimately capable of being made. I have made it if someone actually wants to make them. No idea what it tastes like.
What? Oh, I read coyote meat for some reason. Clove of garlic is not coyote.
No, a clove of garlic is not coyote meat. Yeah, Lars, I'm concerned.
That's Empire of Ghouls you're thinking of.
Yeah, this is the wrong campaign for that.
Right.
I want to brag
Okay.
about this beer.
500 grams, not 500 gold.
Is it any good?
Oh yeah, Alden drinks those. Alden drinks those. He likes those.
Yeah, it's mainly for Lars and Alden.
Hey, Aina, do you want to know something really funny?
Yeah.
What? Hey!
It's
Is
really
it
good.
any
I love
I've
that.
never tasted it.
I love that. It's almost a little bit like Solo.
No.
Is it?
Yeah.
How do I add my own
Please, don't be a
notes? Because
fucking psycho. Put it in a glass.
Right, this is going to bring me to my thing.
No.
Spelljammer has a OneNote section now on the players that says recipe book.
Okay. Spelljammer OneDrive. There we go.
If anyone
Let's see if that-
would like to see Trix's pancakes, here they are.
I'm gonna add mine briefly. I had the web page up for
It's
it.
a
I literally just
secret
stole it from
recipe.
some blogger.
Not anymore.
It says so.
Not
What's it?
secret
What-
anymore.
What's it under?
Players.
Recipe book under players. There we go. That's where I'd guessed, and it was just taking forever to load. Which I think I may have figured out why my computer's been doing that. I think my hard drive's going out.
Oh no.
I am assuming we took a long rest last session.
Yes. In your
Very, very
absence-
long rest.
in your absence, we essentially just had a longer RP session as well.
You did gain lots of information too.
Yeah, so it was a long RP session of us having a chat. Alex introduced us to a important story, important story character in the sense that he is going to aid us forward, and introduced us to some playable, not NPCs, because that's literally the opposite of what they are. some playable characters that we can add. Yeah, PCs that we can add to our repertoire. And we decided not to advance too much without you. But we ended on saying, we're gonna long rest and then expedite to the ship when you get back.
I heard rumors about that.
Why does OneDrive require me to install an extension to allow copy and paste?
No idea.
I have the same thing. Teams opens up and it does not let me use Teams because I've uninstalled Edge. And it's like, oh, Edge has the script for Team to be visually presented on my screen. So unstalling Edge nulls and voids Teams, and it drives me fucking mad.
But yes,
Yeah, this is like cool.
there was lots of RP and sort of things going on. There was information, but who is actually recapping? Or do you want me to actually recap this one? Because I did give you a lot.
I actually took notes.
I was gonna say we could have recapped it, but since Lars wasn't here last session, maybe it's a good thing Alex does it, so he could also get all the information.
There. Recipes good live.
Oh, fab. As is mine.
My neighbor has started boxing again.
I have taken very simple notes, but they are notes.
You people need to learn. I take 5 pages of note per session. Lars knows this.
We
yes.
The session involved the long rest, and what happened afterwards was the conversation around breakfast, talking to this new person that I will introduce in my notes here. So, first notes. Akatsuki and Talia have their first intercourse intensely after a couples massage. Then everyone goes and has a lovely breakfast. we have some chats, we talk, the crew is all here. We then meet Ulcrit. He is a Nocturnon ambassador who belongs to the Ministry of Diplomacy, although we went a little bit back and forth on exactly what the name of this ministry was, but Ministry of Diplomacy being the most apt one. He speaks to us, he knows us clearly. Possibly the most painfully polite person, creature,
Oh, no.
being in all of existence.
Come on, that's an achievement.
He is so polite, it's almost offensive.
He's so polite, it's offensive. I love it.
Yeah, no, it's to the point where you could fuck his mother and then slit her throat in front of him, and he would thank you for it.
And he would apologize to you.
Yeah, he's Canadian levels of apologetic and Norwegian levels of non-confrontational.
That's what it's pinging me as, is the uncanny valley where he doesn't quite seem like a person because he's so nice. And
Yeah.
so polite.
He's like
feels
too
there's
nice.
nothing there.
He presents us with a dossier, in which it's detailed the details of some persons that the Nocturnal government are willing to have join us in our future voyages. Mechanically, the way this works is we have now 3 people that we can pick and choose from to bring with us on an adventure, on a quest, on whatever, and swap them out in between quests.
And swap other potential crew members as well if you chose to.
Yeah, so essentially what we have now is we have a pool of crew members, and we're taking one from this dossier that fills out our entire crew member capacity, and we now have 2 spare crew members that we can put into waiting in our hub here in Nocturnus. Maybe we can park it in the asteroid resort that Neswain is on.
No, I told you they'd be in the Oasis Resort. That's your hub world.
Okay, sure. After discussing this with us, explaining that to us, and giving us the time to think about who we want to bring along, he presented us with a task, which was technically, I think he only asked us to do one of them, but he gave us the option of 3. But we chose.
I said you can do as many as you want. They're down to you, basically.
Yeah, we essentially talked our way into doing all 3 of them in a specific order.
You did indeed. Can you recall that order?
I haven't placed them in the order here, but I remember what we chose to do. But I'm just reading them out in the order that they were presented to us. The first task is a Voldani general, Voldani being the people who are now rearing up for a assault on Nocturnus.
And everything.
Voldani general has defected and acts as an informant to Nocturnus. And we have been tasked.
I have a slight issue.
Okay.
He defected in the old war.
Yes.
He hasn't defected recently because nobody knows what the fuck's going on recently.
Right.
I'm only saying that because there's a time span issue there.
So he's a defectant that Nocturnus has had in their back pocket for a while. And we are tasked with finding him with we know where he is, as in Nocturne. The Emperor in his wisdom, eternal wisdom, knows where he is and will send us to him. But we are to find him and learn some more information that may pertain to the current situation. There is a number 2 is there is a distance system called Varkin 4, in which the eternally wise Emperor is aware that there is an abandoned Voldani weapons facility, which could greatly assist us in learning about the incredible ancient and arcane weapons of the ancient war. This is the planet of in the system of Varkin 4 is raised from the ancient war, so there is not much there except the abandoned weapons facility. And number 3 is fuck this word, Anunnaki, which is again an alien civilization. There is an Anunnaki distress signal in wild space that are broadcasting that they are under attack or have been attacked by a creature that is called the Matarid Aldam, which the Nocturnans believe is somehow linked to the Voldoni, but they are a more primitive species.
Oh my.
We discussed our options, and we chose distress signal is probably the more time sensitive. Yeah. So we're going distress signal, and we were thinking that we could most likely swing by the distress signal, and on our return trip, visit Varkin 4, because they were supposed to be adjacent. Not adjacent, but
Yes, in a close
to each
system.
other.
yeah, in such a way that on the return trip we can go by Varkin 4. And that's also because the Varkin 4 thing seems, again, more sensitive. And the last thing we were thinking of doing was contacting the Voldani General or Defector, simply because we know he's safe and we know he's not as time sensitive as the rest of them. So the order is actually 3, 2, 1 in accordance with how the options were presented to us. And I think that's after that we just had some chats, finished up our meals. We all specified that we were having meals specific to our wishes. Most of us chose a breakfast from our culture.
Yeah, I can tell each and every one of you what you had for breakfast if you want me to.
You can probably say so, because all I was going to say was, this is how I finished it off. All I was going to say was, whatever we ask for, we get.
Yes. That's true.
And that is where we were left off.
Indeed. Which leads me...
and... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Which leads me to my point of the individuals that were granted to use potentials. So I think everyone needs a quick run through anyway, but for the sake of Lars knowing what's going on, because for the sake of Current, this will be his crew member to portray and control. Which is what we all agreed. We made a decision, but if Lars chooses to make another decision, we were all fine with that too.
Yeah, we made a temporary decision in your absence, but realistically the choice comes down to you.
Yes. So, they picked Hyroblade Raccoon, who you'll see in a minute who he is, okay? Right, so you were given 3 options. You were given the option of Lady Ancana, who is a twin blade dancer. Basically like a spell singer almost.
Very hot.
But a rogue with a little more flavour. You were also given the option of Weaver Akish, who is a time weaver. You were also given the option of Hyroblade Hikun, which is who most of you chose. Who's a bit like a rune knight. You will have access to their subclasses and such. The links underneath, you have to copy and paste in. It will show you exactly what their class is.
There's no link on the things.
You have to copy and paste. Oh, there's not, is there? Sorry. It's in the... I put it in the wrong friggin' thing. That's why I put it in the DM rather than player. There you go. If you look through them now, you'll have them.
I see. I'll just open these.
It was basically decided that there are a lot of stabby quick people, so taking someone who's a little more meaty was the appropriate thing to choose. That was the party's viewpoint, but you are of course open to have a different viewpoint.
Yeah, I think that the decision was Lady Ancana was actually the one we found most immediately intriguing, but we were also like, well, she's dex based and we're already 2 dex based.
Yeah, she's basically a cross between Bonkers and Akatsuki at this point, wasn't it? Basically
halfway between the 2 of us.
And Weaver Akish is like would be a caster, which we don't necessarily need right now, but could be good later. While Hyroblade Hikun, we were just like, he's everything that this party doesn't have right now.
He's basically an artificer cross with a paladin.
yes.
Yeah. More like a forge cleric. Which is what that is. Never mind.
Kinda, yeah.
But yeah, kind of in that same sense of.
With a bit of flavour of rune knight.
That is at least the reasoning behind that choice.
Yeah.
And
I think we did
personally,
agree, all of us.
I think so. I have selfish reasons because it would be so nice to have somebody that would help me with tinkering. Because while I like to do it, I am not the most adept.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was another thing that we were like, well, we like the idea of gadgetry.
Yeah.
And so this is where I come up and fuck all your decisions.
But in the end, it doesn't make a massive difference because it doesn't make a massive difference in the end because you can switch and choose.
Yeah.
Bring the hot girl in.
I mean, I already have
It is
girl
also
in mind.
it's also worth knowing that Akatsuki and Talia do have their eye on Lady Ankana, and they have made it very openly obvious.
They've both been like, well, I'm open to a third party.
Yeah.
I'm open for
You were
pretty
2
female.
sessions ago.
Yeah, no.
You were very against that 2 sessions ago.
I mean, he's right.
He is.
You
Wow.
hypocrites. You bull
While you guys-
hating fox.
Travis?
While you
That
guys
was
are
because
just-
she wasn't there.
Travis.
While you guys are thinking about this for a few moments, can I ask Alex something?
Yes.
I'm going back to the chat logs because I'm going to make the Venomous Shard Dagger and the Shadowbane Blade. Because those were the 2 things I believe given to Blonkers that I haven't made into
Yes.
weapons yet. Which the reason was because it took me like 2 hours to get that pistol functioning right as an item in D&D Beyond, and it was just.
I know, it was a
pain. That's
nightmare,
why I
yeah.
never went back to it.
Yeah.
That said, they don't actually say if they're a plus anything to hit, so that's where I think I'm still hung up on. Because they just list the extra effects. Were they like a +1, +2, +3, or anything like that, or were they just flat in basic enchantments?
It'd be at least. Have you got them in the chat? Can you copy and paste them to me? Because I have got them memorized,
Yeah.
but I'd have
Give
to
me a
see
second.
it.
I'll send those ones back to you. Copy, paste.
So the first
If
one,
it's rare, it's generally
+1 at least.
+2.
+1 or
Yeah.
2, yeah. The Venomous Dagger is a +1. The Cutlass is a +2.
Okay.
I knew when I saw them I'd be able to tell you which one's which because I have them committed.
That's fair. You just need the reference material to pull up the
Yeah,
databank.
yeah. I just
in
need
your brain.
I just need to see it to see the picture in my head.
I got you there. So, just by itself, that will be super nice. I still might look for something that fits Bunker's aesthetic a little bit more, but these will work.
Yeah, I do apologize for the sheer amount of homebrew items in Spelljammer. There is no way everything exists in D&D currently. I am in completely uncharted worlds.
We are getting proficient at making them.
You are, which is a very good thing to have a proficiency with, to be honest. It's no way a bad thing. And you're going to have to get even more used to that when we go past level 20.
I have so many things made
Venomous
in my
Shard
collection.
Dagger. There's something called a Dagger of Venom already.
There is.
Let's see.
It's similar, but it's not the same.
I was just going to say, let's
Which
see if it's
means-
close enough that I can just modify the template.
You can,
Right,
yeah.
Lars, do you have a decision? Are you sticking with Hieroblade, or are you going to say, fuck the party and choose something else? I mean,
I really want to say fuck the party, but I'm sticking with the Runeforge Enchanter.
the sticking with Hieroblade, okay.
Yes.
Technically, he's a battlesmith, technically.
Then why do you have this new subclass and not the Battlesmith subclass?
Because it's being friggin' weird, and I don't know why it's being friggin' weird. Why?
So
is
he
it...
is not a Runeforge Enchanter. He
No, he is a
Battlesmith.
Runeforged enchanter. I don't know what's happened to him. Is my honest answer.
Yes.
Okay, have you crossed on the allow homebrew?
Oh, there we go. That's why.
Yes.
No, it wasn't.
That-
No, it's not that. It's because I was trying to do it, but it wouldn't let me do it because it was. Do you know when you add something and it takes a while to just appear? That's what it was doing.
That one took me like 30 seconds to do because it was so close to the Venomous Dagger Shard in the mechanics, I could just add it.
Oh, excellent.
Nice.
I have to change the damage dice. That's the only thing I have to change because it naturally did I think 2d10, and this one only does the poison effect by itself.
Yeah,
Modifier.
that's fair. So, are you sticking with Raccoon?
Yes.
Okay. Honestly, he's not. Akish is my favorite one. Raccoon is second because I like both of them.
There we go. And now it is completely done. It is exactly the dagger that was given.
They have character sheets, but please accept the fact that I haven't added items to them yet, so I need to do that.
So they're naked, huh?
Yes.
Are
we all up to date with everything and fine with all of that?
Yeah.
Fabulous. So you are going to make your way to the ship.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be quiet for the next couple of
I
minutes.
I am currently getting massaged, so
Yeah, we were excusing you away as you slept in a bit, and then you had some room service.
Oh no, that wasn't my choice. That was his choice.
Room service.
Oh well, we said last session that we were like, oh yeah, we'll just tell Bonnie when she wakes up.
Room service.
I mean, you're the one who stated in Spelljammer RP that adultery is not frowned upon by your god so long as you're not married.
I mean, I have slight issues with this one. As your actual god, I might have issues with this one.
No, you're not the almighty Ra.
I mean, I am literally every god in this world.
Just a side note, I suspect Raph has fallen asleep in my server because he's alone in one of the chats on a pause menu in Final Fantasy.
Oh. Wake him up.
Very long bathroom.
Hop into the chat and yell something.
It'd be very funny if I could drag people from
across
one
servers.
server. Yeah, if I could drag him in here and just be like, Raph!
Wake up!
We can't actually do that, can we? Has anyone actually tried?
We're going into space, Wrath.
You can't drag from a server to another.
Damn it!
Probably not.
That's not fair.
Oh, yeah. Let's get onto the ship, shall we?
It requires attunement.
Yes, everyone will be on board. Right. I gave you a ton of information last time. So, in order to kind of help fill in Lars a little bit...
I don't need buildings.
Are you just going in blind then, is what you're telling me?
I can go in blind. Bonnie would have gone in blind anyway. So it's up to the party if they want
Blind.
to inform her.
Are
A
the...
little drunk.
Yeah, and the little drunk. Are the party... Obviously, I'm going to make you do this anyway, but are the party going to inform Bonnie on the trip what is actually going to happen when Bonnie arrives?
No. Yes.
Absolutely not.
Because,
Bonnie, come with us. Why? No.
Because
It's a surprise.
Alcrin has made it very clear that this is a very sensitive situation you're going into. That's the only thing he did say that could have been taken as a minor offence. But it's incredibly minor, so it's just so polite, it's not an offence anyway.
We're going to the distress signal, right?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
So I will move you to the
Alright.
Arbiter.
Travis,
Yes.
this is the one good thing to ever come out of Sweden.
Yes,
Rude. Okay.
indeed, I agree.
Okay, they gave
Rude,
us Swiss
but
cheese. though, so
accurate.
Sorry?
Don't you have Swiss cheese?
That's not from Sweden.
It's from Switzerland, my
Never
dear
mind.
fellow.
Switzerland. Wow. Brain.
Sweden is not
did
the
the
same
thing.
thing.
Well done, American American
you
education
just lived-
system.
You just lived up to every stereotype of
You really did.
Because the Swiss
I am ashamed of you, Travis. I thought better of you.
Yeah, the Swiss
I
and
know the
Swedish thing.
difference.
The
It's
Swiss
10
and
a.m.
Swedish thing
Yeah.
is one of those very common things that I see on the internet where they're like, oh, I love the Swedish mountains, and they mean the Alps in Switzerland.
Yep. Nope.
Yes, they're
yep,
little gummy cars, and they're the best.
Nice.
They are good. They are
Um,
very good.
I also do like
Buffalo!
Swedish fish, but I don't
Yeah.
think those are actually from Sweden.
No, they're really not.
I mean, we just call them Malaco fish because that's the brand. Malaco is the candy brand,
Nice.
and they are Swedish.
Okay. So we call them Swedish fish in America, like they say on the package, Swedish fish.
Someone called them that in Norway as well.
So,
I've
Right.
never-
Yeah.
I've never-
we are not in Sweden, nor in Norway. We are in space.
We're in
I am
Switzerland.
in Norway.
I will
Oh,
find
yes.
I will find creepy old men that can turn you into big cats if you just don't get stop.
No, stop it. He is an innocent, frail man.
No, he fucking isn't.
I am talking to Van Hago because someone has said that she is swinging this way.
Oh God. I mean, like, wait. Hang on. Sorry. Has Bonnie just had her sexual awakening? Is that what this is? I'm so sorry, Travis.
Oh no, Bonnie has been bi all the time.
Yeah, but less predatory.
I mean,
It was the bonkers
certain
incident.
Malkin
Yeah, it was the bonkers
told
incident.
me something. Certain Malkin told me something about a certain Van Hago.
Well,
And I yet to understand why Auden is trying to romance us all.
the only NP because he's trying to do the Mass Effect playthrough, and the Baldur's Gate romance everyone. That's his aim. He wants the achievement at the end. I fucked every crew member.
I am the godless whore of this crew.
Exactly.
Hmm.
I mean, that may be Bonnie, you know.
Hey, I still have a god.
But no issue with adultery, apparently.
No. But I'm not a godless, I'm just a whore.
Oh, that makes it better. I'm just a whore. I don't have divine right. I'm just a whore.
Uh-huh. I'm not a godless whore, I'm just a whore.
God's looked away. There's too much
Are we-
whoring going on.
Are we done with the whoring now?
I mean, I hope so.
Never.
No, but I hate to say this, but Bonnie wishes to speak to Vinago, Alden.
Yeah.
No, we can take this when it's not urgent. We
Oh,
don't need
no. No,
another
no.
RP session.
Go ahead.
We had 4 RP sessions in a row. We can skip this to further down the line. Don't need it.
I want to see this happen.
Just
Further in the future.
Okay, fine. So, Moolah will happily have you on board, and has been given. I'm not going to see much point in everyone welcoming you aboard happily and such, because at this point it's kind of a trope that you all accept has happened, and all of you have been at the Oasis anyway, so it's hardly as if you've been away from each other. The only person you have been away from is Moolah, who all of you think is some kind of warlord anyway. So, I mean, you're possibly not wrong, but that's not the point. It's still offensive. So yes, Moolah will happily set course to where you need to go. And so you're going to Far Moon Attacks.
Yep, we're gonna visit the Anunnaki.
You are the Anunnaki. I still love that name.
No.
So, no one's going to inform Bonnie what's happening. You're just gonna let her arrive.
I will vaguely fill in Bonnie, as much as Bonkers would with his focus issues.
Go ahead then.
Let me check from my notes and see what I remember. Which came through as Bonkers. What Bonkers remember?
You are bonkers. We accept this now.
Yeah.
not in a negative way. You are that character.
Yeah, he's kind of a really fitting character, to be totally honest. Distressed, blah blah blah.
Not quite self-insert, but quite close.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely there's some similarities there. Alright, so we're heading to the desert moon of Aduet, I think, something like that.
Aduat, yes.
Aduat. Aduat. Some kind of desert moon. I don't really know. We're looking for Ambassador Ozar or Matrid Aldam, I believe. Excuse me, not Matrid Aldam are the creatures, excuse me. They're similar to Vildoni. They're probably like a sister race or something of that sort, however that all works out here. But we got a distress signal from the Anunnaki. The point is, they were attacked by some kind of creature. There were details. There were details of that creature. But I don't remember what it was.
Okay,
So they were...
a creature, I
Yeah,
suppose.
I remember something big and something with teeth, I think, is what I remember. But that might be wrong.
Can be anything.
I love Bonkers
Just about
in character
Keep on going.
recaps. They're so perfect. Keep going.
I genuinely don't remember the details. One of the other crew members might actually remember better. I'm gonna be real. I'm just kind of here for the ride. I've been a little bit distracted lately.
Well, the important thing is that it's somehow linked to the Voldoni. Killing it is akin to at least making some sort of strike against the Voldoni. That's the important bit.
I mean, nobody's told you that, but okay.
That's right. The creature was called Anawan.
No, the creature.
was called.
The creature was called the Matrid Aldam.
Never mind.
Bonkers, we asked this 3 times.
I tried. I've been
You will see one of Bonnie's.
elsewhere.
You will see 3 or 4 of Bonnie's hair strands starts glowing. Just to distract you a little more than necessary.
Yeah, because he needs that distraction.
I'm gonna roll. Nope, I'm 100% distracted. I'm trying to have a conversation and I'm doing this.
That would be charisma, though, not concentration.
No,
I'm
no.
concentrating on talking.
Oh, okay, yeah, I give you that.
I can talk well. I can talk without thinking about it. It's whether
Taking
or not I
damage.
can pay attention to what I'm saying is a different story.
The answer is no.
Taking
Not
damage,
right
make
now.
a Constitution save to save on your to make a concentration saving throw on talking.
Keep
Make
it.
make a save versus ADHD. Go ahead. What a shock! You failed it.
Yes,
Constitution is
big
used for several things
creature.
like that, so I figured it was.
No, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, no, it's something like a Voldoni. So I guess we're gonna go kill it maybe and see what we're up against, since we've never
Big
tangled with
creatures
the Voldoni before.
save someone, possibly kill big creature.
Yeah, maybe. I think killing is not the only option. I think we can figure out.
Possibly big
Killing was not
creature.
granted as an option ever. This is more an exploratory mission. Now it's become a fucking assassination.
Well, this particular one we knew was plaguing the village or whatever.
Yes, yeah, that
I
it was
thought it
plaguing
was
the
attacking
village.
them. So, well, ending the threat is more like, I guess, what you would call it, which a lot of times does involve, killing the big monster.
What was
Bonnie,
that
you're
for?
glowing.
Sorry, I just made a macro called ADHD save.
You get a +1? No, I disagree with that.
No, the +1 is Bonkers' constitution.
That's my con, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, right. And who
I should
is
add to that
this
next level
guy? And who is this guy? And she will point over to him.
Oh, we have a new crew member.
Okay.
Remember
hello,
how
my name is Bonnie. I'm also a new crew member.
Go on then.
Yep, you are. This is your character.
Hello, I am Hero Blade Hurricane. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Croon,
Bonnie.
but sure.
Yep. I mean, he can't even say his own name, right? This is encouraging.
Hey, I am the one
no.
who has
No,
the
no.
name.
His character, he chooses.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. After Bonkers messing up every single detail for the last 10 minutes of trying to explain this to Bonnie, I think we get a pass.
Not my monkeys, not my circus.
Yeah, at this point, yes.
So, yeah. Go places, do stuff. I see.
Yeah, that's basically my my daily prerogative. Go places, do stuff.
Yes. And as Malkin moves, Bonnie will wink at her and look over at Cassius.
Give me how many crew members are you trying to sleep with?
Me or Odin?
I mean, collectively, it's the entire crew between the pair of you. But
Hey.
Well,
I shot my shot with Malkin. Malkin turned me down.
Bonnie.
What?
Your
Oh,
your horns are
there's-
showing.
Someone's very enchanting over there, and she glances over at Vanago.
I know, that's why I said your horns are showing.
My horns? Oh no! And she will see that she has lost a little bit of concentration on the light spell, so it's not her hair anymore, it's one of her horns.
First mate Bonkers. Is there an HR department I can talk to?
Mular is HR.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's probably Mular or me, but I'm gonna be real. Go with Mular.
Okay, sure. I'll keep that in mind.
Go with the
Yeah,
homicidal android.
Yeah.
I don't think the homicidal android will understand the complexities of this situation.
You will hear
You know, that's.
you will hear a voice in
I'm
her
not
head.
sure.
I was a human once.
Once.
Okay. Well, anyway.
I mean, that's more than I've
how-
been. I've never been a human, so.
Well, me neither, to be fair.
I've been
I
a Heron God my
we're-
whole life.
I think
was
we're classed as human.
He's been to paradise, but he's never been to himself.
Actually, there was that one time I got polymorphed into a lizard. That was pretty fun. So I guess I haven't been a Heron God my whole life, but like all but like a minute of it.
I was a spirit once. I still am, I guess.
What's Talia doing during this time? Because at the moment, she's potentially the only sane crew member, because whatever the fuck this is not sanity.
Well, I did, as soon as we got moved to this map, my initial reaction was very loudly to yell
Hug the beast.
Snuffles.
Yeah.
I did that approximately 15 minutes ago, and Talia's been there ever since.
Yeah.
She's with Teddy and Snuffles. Don't caring about the rest of the crew. She's happy to see the animals.
Yeah, she's with the
Because
monstrous
someone
bird and the
needs to
cocaine
love-
bear.
Yeah, because someone needs to love our pets.
Yeah,
and
because
that is
monstrosities need love too.
It is.
Yes, monstrosities
Not my
needs
problem.
love.
Okay, so
I'm gonna be running around overseeing getting the ship ready for takeoff. I'll be tying down cannons. I will be strapping in cargo, etc., and just helping the
Do
crew.
you have a rough
Get ready.
estimate on how long this will take?
Who are you asking?
Nope.
Bonkers.
I think it was a couple
Oh,
of
God.
days. I don't remember for sure. We were fine.
Why are you asking Bonkers everything? You know it doesn't go well.
Bonnie doesn't know that. Bonnie has been in this crew for a whole 3 days.
That's
This is
true.
a valid point. Yeah,
That is-
Bonkers does look like he has the most seniority. Somehow.
Yes.
I am very good at some things. Having details of complicated diplomatic matters is not one of them.
For those, you probably should ask Talia.
Talia just had one big flaw about her, and that is the fact that she's played by me.
Yeah, and that is a
even-
major
even Talia
disability.
might remember and would, as per se, probably be most suiting. I am not the most suited player for that job.
That's why
But then
you
again-
should have the keen mind feat. So
Neither is Alden.
is officially your brain.
Yeah.
I'm not taking the keen mind feat. That would not work for Bonkers. Whatever the opposite of that is, that's what I have.
I believe I actually did get keen mind on a
Right.
Romana.
You did get
Oh,
keen
nice.
mind
Yeah,
on the Romana.
Probably on a Romanar. It would make sense on her.
It would make sense on her because, like, even though I would forget as a player, a Romanar probably wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a couple of days or something like that. Mular knows the direction, so... Actually, I wonder... Mular, do you know how far it is? Or how long it is?
Approximately 3.773.
See, 3 points. I remembered the 3.
Days,
I'm in that...
I'm assuming days.
Yeah, Mular, we need a unit.
Years?
yeah, light years.
Millennia?
Standard galactic days?
There are currently...
What is space?
There are
Time
100
anyway.
hours inside of this galaxy, transferring to Terillian time. 4 days, 12 hours.
Thank you, Mular.
About 3 days.
How reductionist.
I'm surprising that I was actually so close.
I mean,
Don't worry, Mular. You're way more correct than me.
It's not meant to
I
be
know.
reducing. It's just we're not.
Capable
We
of
don't
this.
grasp such complexities as you do.
This is clear. Calculating for allowances. Reducing IQ of crew.
Wait, what?
You don't need to reduce mine. It's already pretty low.
I think you mean reducing IQ expectancy.
Negative.
Okay, so he's not just lowering our intelligence and wisdom score on a whim.
I mean,
Because that would be terrifying.
yeah, he is the equivalent of every creature in the every single manual of monsters ever, and homebrew.
My intelligence is an 11. Please don't lower it.
Yeah, no. But yes, so
I know we act like Bonkers is dumb. He's not dumb. He's just very average and has a hard time paying attention.
true. Is there anything anyone would like to do in these 4.5 days?
I am just doing my job as a crew member, I suppose.
And trying to sleep with other
No.
crew members.
I mean,
Well,
like
Talia
the-
would not sleep in her own room, so why would Bonnie?
Are you implying that I should sleep in your room?
No,
no.
I was saying that if you're sleeping anywhere, but
Don't tell
your
Akatsuki
bed
that.
is
Do not
fine,
tell Akatsuki.
Because
Oh,
Talia's bed is very much empty, while Akatsuki's bed is very much taken.
Also, Talia is staying in Akatsuki's room. now.
Yeah, I thought that would
Yes,
happen the
that's
other way
what-
round. I really thought that would go the other way.
No, I was merely trying to give Bonnie an excuse to whore around, because so would Talia.
You think she needs an excuse?
Talia's like, there's a spare room if you need one.
Yes, basically.
I do have my own room I can whore around in.
Yes, but yeah, and Akatsuki would join in like, yes, but Talia's room doesn't have any neighboring other sleeping quarters.
That's an interesting point.
You can whore with freedom is currently what's going on here.
But I do so like it when they hear me.
I mean, that tracks.
Akatsuki and Talia will be making no excuses to the rest of the queue.
The queue? There are people lining up outside your door, are there?
Yeah, there's just a long line.
Are you selling tickets for cameos?
I actually heard the word crew and not queue, though.
I said crew, but I was gonna say my tongue slipped and I literally just skipped the R.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did hear crew, though.
I realized if you say crew and remove the R, you say Q.
Queue.
Would you allow me to use guidance to make Akatsuki more proficient in lovemaking?
Proficiency in sex.
I'm sorry, that's only a bard skill.
Yeah.
Oh.
Proficiency.
and it's a sleight of
I
hand.
mean, I do have access to a bard.
Light of dick.
Is
Yes.
I do
sex
have
is
a-
I would say sex is a language.
I mean, I don't know what we'd call it.
It's my
I'm not
little-
giving you proficiency in it. I'm telling you this now.
Um,
Nice.
unrelated to all of this,
Please,
game
please
mechanic
unrelate.
question.
It's bedtime.
Alex,
Yes.
I added the scimitar, the Shadowbane blade, to Bonkers, and it is a finesse and light weapon, but I don't have proficiency in scimitars apparently because it's not wanting to give any of that to me.
Oh, I can give you that. I
So
know.
I've-
Why are you attacking people with the Kopech of the Sands?
And it's-
It's not just some very kinky position.
No, I
Kopech
was
of the
like-
sands.
No, I was
Is it-
I'm looking into
because
it.
I was in my spells and half
So I
my
was gonna say,
spells
in
are comes
reality,
from this
it's-
weapon.
exactly the same as a short sword. I don't know why it's a different type of weapon. Like,
Yeah,
it's a
I'm
different
just
class.
going to
You
add.
can-
I'm just going to add proficiency for you.
Okay,
You can
I appreciate that.
make it.
The way Bonkers knows swords, like the fact that he's changing his sword style very slightly, wouldn't be an issue. It'll be him going, huh? So that's how this one's balanced. Got it.
Yeah.
You go. You now have proficiency. You now have proficiency with scimitars.
Hooray! Let me refresh my page.
Why are we all attacking?
There we
I'm
go.
just
Now we're
doing practice.
Fine, you're
Practice.
doing it. I want. Fine, I'm attacking with Moolah. Random asteroids.
Why are you bombing
Wait,
our
you-
ship
you-
and or planets?
What are toroids?
having
Why are
co-
we getting random ones?
You have encouraged us to train, so
Yeah.
we're training. That is what's
Adam
happening.
saw that.
Oh, can we?
I love.
And we have a sparring session.
Adam just goes.
Yeah, I know. I saw that too.
The most disappointing joke I've ever heard. And I'm more disappointed that it made me laugh.
You should be.
I thought it was pretty funny. No, the next couple of days I'm going to be getting used to things. I am going to continue working on learning information about or, you know what? No, I want to start constructing. Can we say before we left I would have picked up materials to work on my wingsuit?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
why
would've
letter?
gone to one of the store. That's a very. I'm not sure what direction to go with that. Anyway.
You broke
I'm sure
Travis for a
since
split second.
Since they have instructions on it, I'm assuming it would be some. There would be a material available that would function for it.
Yes.
I
There
don't know
There
exactly
would be
what it would
proficient
but something
materials for a wingsuit. Yeah.
thin and strong.
Yeah.
I would like to elicit the help of our new companion as well.
Or is
No,
your companion willing to do so?
Our companion is willing to think. He is a very good tinkerer.
Hey,
Yeah.
I forgot your name already, but I remember that.
Oh wait,
were
hey,
incredibly good
you
with-
new guy.
Hurricane.
Yeah, I remember that you were incredibly good with. You were a very, very skillful crafter of sorts, right?
Yes, I suppose I am. Yes.
Yeah, my name is Chamomile. Officially introduce myself to you. You can call me Bonkers. Everybody does. Here. He'll hold his little furry hand up to you.
My name is Hurricane. And we
Hurricane.
will take
Going
your-
Finnish, are we?
Yeah, we still got
Yeah,
it wrong, but hey.
No, my plan is to change the pronunciation of this name every time someone asks his name.
It's like the moustache. Every time someone questions it, it changes.
Yes.
Yurkin, got it. I'll do my best to remember that. You may have to remind me a couple of times. Don't ask. It's just a thing.
No worries. I get that a lot. Somehow
I remember-
people don't guess my name.
Nah.
I don't know why?
Understandable. I just have a hard time with names sometimes. It either sticks or it doesn't, and some days it doesn't, and today's a doesn't day. But
what
point
do
was,
you
I
need
do
help
remember.
me, my little furry friend?
Well, see, there's this jetpack, and it's not important, but it's gone, and I want to fly again. So I've been working on building a basic, or designing and building a basic wingsuit. I don't know if you're familiar with the concept or not, but basically the big wings that pop out as you fly. More of a glider of sorts, but functional. And I just was hoping that you would have some insight for me. You see, I've been going through the instruction manual and I've been going through like theory and things like that. It is
How to
I'm
build
understanding it slowly, but there's also a couple
For
of parts I'm
dummies.
getting stuck on. Mostly like the reinforcements and the stitching and things like that, the finer details. Like I got the concept down. So I'm hoping that you can help me out with a little bit of the prep work, and maybe we can start working on this together if you're not doing anything else. Otherwise, at least give me a few pointers. Here, come on, I'll show you.
Yes, and he will pay attention. I got a little lost in him being a Simic hybrid.
Yeah, figure that one out.
Yeah, and Bonkers would lead him back to the back to Bonkers' quarters, where he has this a long table out with details, and he's working on fine.
All
refinement
right,
stuff.
let's see what we have here, and he will thoroughly. Okay, did I roll? Yes. He will thoroughly look through everything you have.
Cool. There's a couple of probably failed attempts already, just testing fabric. So little tiny just swatches just stitched together and not working very well. Not large chunks of material, just testing because he's getting to the phase of construction, but not quite there yet. But you'll see sketches and drawings out of like retractable fabric wings that can pop out along his arms. He's looking at extensions. Some basic math figuring it out, but it shouldn't be too hard because he's not a very heavy creature. So yeah, you'll see some sketches, some drawings. Here's the book that I was using, and he'll pull it up on his wrist. A little projection of the audiobook he's been going through.
Wingsuits for dummies.
I don't remember the exact title, but it was something like that. It was like basic wingsuit construction or something of that sort.
Right. So let me see here.
Page 1 says, you should also listen to Aerodynamics for Dummies.
I think I got that book too. I got like 6 books.
None of
I
which
probably
he
have
understands.
aerodynamics too.
So none of which he understands.
He has the basics. He's
Right. So
probably
if he-
eyeballing the math.
What kind of material do we have to work with here? Also, do you want like it to be sort of a primitive look to it? Do you want it to be high fashion? We can probably make something out of
Well,
carbon fiber. If you want something like, do you want to look like some sort of bat creature, or do you want to look like a hero? The aesthetics are important, you know.
What vibe are you going for?
I hadn't actually thought about the aesthetics. I was just trying to get it to function properly. Mostly the specs that I have is where I can jump from basically orbit and not die when I land back on a planet. Because that sounds like a rush. Function over form. I don't really care what it looks like. I just want it to work well. I had envisioned kind of a flying squirrel sort of thing. Do you know what a squirrel is? Do you have those here?
Not here, and he will point around him.
Well, I mean, have you seen one? Do you know what a squirrel is? We have some of them in the Feywild. They're a little weird considering compared to a Tyrillian squirrel, but still.
Yeah, I think I have heard about it, seen it.
Basically, they spread their arms and legs out, and there's like these flaps of skin, and it's kind of gross, but it makes them glide. I was kind of going for that vibe. But I'm open to other suggestions. Carbon fiber sounds interesting.
Meanwhile, what are Akatsuki and Talia doing? If the answer is sleeping in, no.
I was gonna say, over the 4 days or like right now?
Right now.
Dagger?
I mean, as of right after the conversation before the journey started, Talia said that she was just hanging out with Snuffles and Cocaine Bear. Akatsuki will probably just walk over and join her and cuddling probably not the Cocaine Bear because it's mangy and full of cocaine.
You would get a rush out of it.
I mean,
But
yeah.
she's cool with Snuffles. She just the fox in her says, "Don't touch the mangy cocaine-covered bear."
Just pure
and the fox in
nature.
her says, "Bird usually prey. Big bird? Question mark? Question mark? Question mark."
Bird up.
Foxes often prey to big birds.
Owls.
Not really
and stuff.
prey, more not really prey, more rivals.
You see eagles carrying away foxes.
Fox cubs, yeah.
regular- adult foxes as well.
Really?
Has
that's-
Akatsuki ever had a traumatic experience with a large bird?
Probably not.
I mean, she has now.
A large. There's some pretty big
Nothing-
birds in the Feywild.
Nothing dramatic has happened yet, so Akatsuki's fine.
Yet.
And also, Akatsuki did not spend much time in the Feywild.
Alex, consider the proposition of a blink rock.
But yeah, no, in terms of what Talia is doing, like, she would be dealing with, like, snuffles, and over the course of the 4 days, she would also she will make sure the animals are fine, she will hang out with Katsuki and Bonnie and Bonkers, and just mingle, doing not so much effort in terms of physical endearments. She will just chill.
Akatsuki will, for now, hang out with Snuffles and Talia,
Except
but
during nighttime.
I love the ending caveat.
for the 4 days, I think at least every evening, Akatsuki is practicing her training in war and song and martial arts, which goes hand in hand. Her blade singing and martial arts can be practiced all in sort of one elegant training session. She would probably actually want to do some of her blade song and martial arts training together with, especially Bonkers, because she does really enjoy sparring and training with Bonkers. And probably want to do it with Talia as well, trying to show Talia sort of that grace of blade singing and dancing. Which will most likely be in the evenings leading into the coitus.
Well, you
And,
would
How
see,
clinical.
like, when you're sparring with Talia, you will see, like, it seems like she's learned to fight in a whole nother era, which is true. She learned to fight when she was quite young.
But
And she
In a
has
more dignified
stick to
age.
that.
I imagine Akatsuki and Talia will essentially train and fight together, and it'll just turn into wrestling, and it'll turn into sex.
Oh no! No! Talia's would actually be really brutal and animalistic because she was a Mayan goddess.
part?
She was a Mayan goddess, so it's
Oh, yeah,
probably
they
quite
fought-
brutal.
They fought with claws and sickles. Like,
Yeah.
that wasn't an elegant fighting style.
Talia's more
Yeah,
elegant
no.
now. It's like whirling dervish kind of with kopeshes.
Well, yeah, like she has learned to make her moves look a bit more like not raw, brutal nature force. But
It's still behind it.
yeah, like she wouldn't go easy on the Katsuki. She will give her a run for her money. Even though she is mainly a spellcaster.
And
It's just age
I think
alone.
Akatsuki will actually spend some time socializing as well. She'd probably want to get to know the new crew member, Herkun, and she'll probably also...
Even though she says his name wrong every time and can't get it right because he keeps changing it.
Everyone says Herkun's name wrong because he doesn't say his name right either.
You mean Kurhun?
Yeah, exactly.
I thought his name was Harpoon.
Yeah, she'll try and socialize.
Oh
with the
my
crew,
god! It's the goat all over again.
Probably especially Herkun, Diranor, Aaron, and Joffrey, because I know that those are the ones that she hasn't gotten to know that much. So she believes that a well-oiled machine is a crew that knows itself well,
Well-oiled Talia.
and she believes a well-oiled Talia is a tired and defeated one.
I mean, Talia's never defeated.
Only when she's
Are
in
you
her snake
doing
form.
some sort of wrestling in your bedroom?
With
That's
the
what I'm
oil.
saying.
A little tussling.
With the
spar and
Kraken
train
oil.
They spar and train until it turns into wrestling, and then suddenly the baby oil comes out.
The Kraken oil.
Well,
There's no baby oil, it's Kraken
I
oil.
imagine Talia and Akatsuki like in the hallway be like, "You're still up for the sparring session later today?" And
High five.
Everyone of the crew knows that Akatsuki and Talia has like evening sparring sessions, and of course everyone knows what they're up to afterwards. But their excuse is to meet up for sparring session.
And no member of the crew is buying it.
Outside, so
Hakoon's made a camera, so you can see inside.
No one cares, but it's still like an excuse they used to.
But you'll just see
see.
Akatsuki's room. It's just like you can see the trail of just like it's in the open space of the room. There's just like claw marks and slashes from the swords and everything like that. And then you just see the bed is like broken in half.
Moolah repairs it every day.
Everything starts in the open space and everything ends in the bed.
Yes.
Also, it is worth knowing that you didn't pick out his animalistic traits.
It doesn't let me.
It does. I just did it.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
You have to do that in race and not class.
Of course you do.
So he now has Mantaglides. So he can very well replicate the gliding effect.
Nice.
I saw you going through his items like, the fuck?
Lars, can I propose an idea to you for Kirkun?
Can I just... I have an adamantine infused bad news.
Yes.
And I'm not sure how to feel about it. Yes, Travis.
I'm asking you as the player because this could be really funny. You want to change the way you pronounce your name slightly every single session, and you're currently chatting with the Fae who can steal names. So what would it be? Would it be super funny if the reason you have to keep changing your name is because every time Bonkers forgets, he just has to say, "Yeah, can I have your name again?" And you give it to him, and then it's gone again.
Right. Yeah, I do like that.
Would be a hilarious running gag.
I like that.
I will say yes, but you cannot steal his original name.
You keep stealing my names.
You keep giving nicknames, like the common nicknames, and like it just turns into a bit.
He just Jeff.
I'm not sure
Hyro.
Bonkers even realizes it.
Yeah, Bonkers just
yes,
says
no.
the words, it happens, and then some face shit happens in his head, and he's like, weird. Anyway.
Yeah.
I am.
Mother, is that
And then
you?
it's gone because ADHD. Gone into the ether.
God. Pyroblade, Harkoon, or Jeff has 5 attunement slots. I don't know how that has happened.
He's an artificer.
Yeah, but adding attunement slots in D&D Beyond
It's a nightmare.
Is a nightmare.
I know, I want to know how it's been done, but...
It could just be because it's part of the,
Artificer.
yeah, I was gonna say part of the class, they probably cooked it in.
But yes,
I
so...
don't think that's normal artificer.
So nothing of any great note is happening then, is what I'm garnering from this, apart from some oil wrestling that is coating coitus.
We are making the wingsuit.
Making the wingsuit.
I would ideally like to have a functional prototype by the time we get back. So that's the pace I'm working at.
By the time you get back to Nocturnus.
Correct.
Well, that's plausible. It's going to take you about 20 days to achieve it, so...
I watch if I
Well, I've already been-
cast haste on us.
3 days has already passed, so
Yeah, I was gonna say I was working on prototyping
Yeah, you are.
up until now. So I don't know if that affects the 20 days or not.
No, it doesn't. But that's going to be enough
so
anyway,
this
so
is-
it's fine.
Cool. So by the time we get back, I will have a functional wing or functional prototype.
Yes,
Let's
a
see what
functional
happens.
prototype.
This
So-
could be the end of Bonkers.
I do have this nifty little thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Through the days, we just keep on making prototypes and
Yeah.
see how we feel about them. Just coming up with different ideas, having like a general understanding of what we want to accomplish, the looks, the materials, and just having a ton of. I can only cast it once a day, but you still have 3 functioning prototypes by the end.
Yeah, that's
by the time we're back.
way faster than what Bonkers was going to work on, which was hand stitching the entire thing.
Actually,
So we would have probably started with the squirrel suit prototype.
Yeah.
I don't know if we would have tested that or not. What would the other iterations be? Because you said something like a mantis, so like fold out carbon fiber
No.
wings is kind of what I'm picturing.
Yeah, carbon fiber wings, retractable, very, very thin, like very easy to manipulate. But then again, if there was such thing as a gale wherever you would be, it would actually sort of lift you with the gale if you didn't know how to use it properly.
Okay. So kind of like what is he called? Falcon. I
Falcon
think?
suit, yeah.
Yeah. Where it
Yes.
just kind of spreads out and you just have the wing feather things. Something like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
There we
So
go.
eventually you will arrive in. Do any of you actually pay any attention when you're traveling, particularly to the stars around you, or are you just kind of happy to be there? Hesway, I know
She's
is.
Yes, she is the lookout. Talia has ordered her for the lookout post, and she does that while she's doing the astrology part of her job. So it's a two-in-one kind of thing.
Yeah.
I believe
She's studying and mapping every star, pretty much.
Yeah.
I think Akatsuki sees sort of like the beauty in the stars in like an astrology kind of way as well, from her just like cultural beliefs, but not in a navigational way. But she does take note of if they pass any stars that resemble any images or anything that she recognizes.
Okay. I'll keep that in
I will
mind
say
for
that
some tables. Bonkers.
Bonkers takes occasional breaks to go look at the stars because they're pretty. But he
That's
gets
as far
up
as
there
it
and he's
goes.
like, "Yep, they're still stars," and then he's done with them. It goes back to what he was doing. So we're talking like 3-minute ADHD breaks between special interests.
Oni would just generally go around, try to be pleasant with the crew, do her tasks, have her afternoon prayer, and stuff like that.
I like to think your afternoon prayer is literally a bottle of whiskey.
A bottle of
Sitting down.
whiskey.
Have you noticed that Bonnie's always happier after her afternoon prayer?
Yeah.
Sitting down on a prayer
And
cushion and
slightly
it's just
unstable.
Yeah.
sitting down on one of those little prayer cushions, kneeling, and in front of you there's just a bottle and a shot glass. I'm gonna have to draw that later.
Every time the praise down, there's a shot glass between her palms.
She just goes,
Yeah.
and it's just her
I
hip
learned to cast
flaps
blink.
between her hands. Just. But yeah, she does that. She would occasionally be sort of teasing crew members a little, just because it's fun to tease people.
Are you teasing Malkin?
No.
Okay.
Malkin, I will tease Malkin about Cassius. And do the general girl talk, like how should you proceed about getting closer to Cassius and try to help her
God.
with that.
I mean, who is Cassius again? Please, someone remind me. It's Travis.
Travis.
Yeah.
Yes.
Malkin is Alden.
Yep.
Yes.
And Vin is me.
Yeah, Vin is
Yes.
also you. Yes. Ida's ones are the only ones that are safe because she has the freaks.
No. Yeah, I have the ugly ones. I am totally safe.
You have Hesway and Dyranor.
Yeah, no, I have the boring ones.
They're not. Hesway's not
I
boring.
mean-
Neither's Dyranor.
No, but like Daranor is stuck in the kitchen all day and Heswis is on top snapping out the stars. They're introverts, the both of them.
I know, they are the embodiments of you in reality.
Yes. Well, if you forced upon me an extrovert, handsome female specimen,
You wouldn't know what to do, would you?
No, I would just come across
Can I
as creepy, and then
introduce
everyone
you
would
to-
accuse me of being creepy.
I mean, yeah, you
Can
probably
I
would come across as
introduce
creepy.
you to-
Yeah, I can't play pretty characters.
You can play pretty gay men. We achieved that quite well.
You can play creepy characters in sort of the harassment way.
I mean, true, but yes, that's perfectly fine. You're all getting on with all your things. I was asking about stars simply because, point of fact, if any of you are studying closely, stuff like that, you'll notice that Mular goes across multiple spheres. As he crosses through a sphere, there's a certain amount of what you'd associate to be sort of turbulence as he breaks through. But short of that, nothing really much changed. You tend to stay in sort of the Phlogiston for most of your travel, which means no fire. I'm stating this openly, no fire.
No fire? Did
Yes,
someone say fireball?
everyone will die.
What are we passing through?
The Phlogiston.
I don't know what that means. Remind me.
The Phlogiston is the space between spaces where you travel in Spelljammer.
Okay.
And it's
It's
like a mist, but it's incredibly flammable.
It's like nebulous
Yeah.
fog.
So no coffee that day.
Unless you have a way of making coffee without fire, no.
Cold brew.
I mean,
Heat
yeah.
metal.
I mean, you could have cold brew, yeah.
I'll make cold brew because I don't want to risk a heat metal, and I also don't have that.
That's true. I mean, you do have an artificer now who's a friend that could probably make you a coffee machine that doesn't require fire.
There's just a
Daranor
heating
will
rune
serve
on it.
up.
Oh god.
Daranor will serve up some cold cucumber soup for dinner.
All right.
On every day.
Well,
Or just the
yeah.
Phlogiston day.
No, well,
Oh.
when we can't use fire, it will be cold cucumber soup.
It's gazpacho. it's cucumber gazpacho when you can't have fire. When you can have fire, it's cucumber soup. When you can't, it's gazpacho.
Wait,
To be fair,
I
it'd be
have
pretty good.
I mean, the rest of you are still probably complaining about his lack of meat on the menu, but there we go.
Well, I was actually taking the inspiration from a series of unfortunate events because in the book, third book, she serves cold cucumber soup
She
because
does.
she's afraid of using the stove.
Yeah, I remember that. And in the skin,
I would
the
also-
stove is what kills her.
Yes.
I would also like to point out that Bonkers doesn't complain that much about the meat. He likes meat, but he also doesn't mind not having meat. His diet's already fairly heavy in fruit and veg.
It's the rest of the party that have issues
Just
there.
for point. Oh yeah, everybody else can complain.
Yeah.
But Bonkers is like, yeah, I'm alright.
You'll find your way across the different systems, which you don't really pay too much attention because you're moving through so fast that studying it's almost an irrelevance at this point. You will find yourself in a small system with naught but a star, a planet, and a moon. There seems to be nothing else in the sector whatsoever, apart from a small white dwarf star, a planet, and a moon.
I know that you needed to specify star. And just not a small white dwarf.
Yeah, I know.
Even-
Just in case. Because I know that
Small white dwarf.
somebody was going to say, "Why is there suddenly a small white dwarf on our deck? Why can't it be a small black dwarf?"
Yeah.
We have-
why
we
does
have found
the dwarf
Uptau.
not complete-
Yeah, you have discovered where Uptau has been hiding this entire time.
I have a weird question as Bonkers, because this is what struck me as suspicious. Have I seen a system this empty before?
No.
Do I
Oh,
get the sense that it might be a constructed system?
Oh, interesting idea. Investigation. I know what were you going
Like-
to ask?
I was gonna shoot in and say that even though it's an unfair advantage, Talia is still 30,000 years old and has traversed space for yet amount of time. Has she ever come across a system this empty?
No,
close to
because
this
you have
empty?
not been in wild space. But no, you have never come across a system this empty.
Okay.
Would
I
you like to chip
help
in?
August.
Yeah,
I
you can
would
get
like to help
advantage in.
August.
You can get advantage.
I think I would rather have her roll the other one. I have a
Fine.
0. I'm
Fine then. Okay. You can you can defer the roll.
Do your own, and you take the other half of the roll.
Investigation then. Well, 21. It's the second best roll I can do.
This system is by no means created or forged in some sort of artificial way. There does seem to be a large amount of space debris, however, which could lead you to believe that the system was once more populated than it currently is. But at present, there is only seems to be one desert planet and one desert moon which orbits a desert planet.
Could I, looking upon all the debris, discern in what capacity it turned into debris? Like, is it a decaying sort? Is it like natural explosion?
Is it decay? Is it
start?
explosion? What it is? Yeah.
Or does it seem like something else exploded it? Like, is it some remnants of some?
Is there some
I don't know,
outside
magical
force?
powers?
Yeah.
Yeah, outside force.
The debris, judging by its irregular sizes, was displaced by some sort of either explosive or degenerative force. You can't quite determine what that may have come from. It may have been natural, it may have been unnatural. It's impossible to tell.
But an explosion nonetheless.
Or a degenerative force, yeah. So like either some sort of swift decay or an explosion.
Darling, I think you're reading too much into this. I mean, just as much as there's a cycle on our worlds, there is also a cycle outside our worlds. I mean, planets form and planets die. Suns and stars form and suns and stars die.
Well, but I do find the knowledge interesting. You know, I would like to learn how the outside world works.
It is strange that we would come across an important find exactly in a system that is completely desolate aside from the one planet we need to go to.
It is quite curious, and I am quite curious about what we will find on the planet when we land.
Did you know that there are more stars in the sky we see than there are grains of sand on Toril?
But not on Nocturnus.
I...
Sorry.
Well, I would not be surprised, even though my land was filled with them.
Exactly.
Referring to
Also
sandy
the
banks.
sand.
Yeah, the sand.
Sand.
Okay,
Not stars.
so you were born in space, right?
She's not voidborn, no.
I'm not born here, no. I do come from a planet.
So, Mular, give us a gentle pass so we can kind of get a feeling for what's up. Can you do a quick scan? You do a scan thing, right?
Affirmative. I presume you wish me to isolate the planet. Or the moon.
We were going to the... Let me double check my notes. Bonkers would at least remember this.
Actually, Mular...
We were going to the moon, I think. So.
Yes.
Actually, Mular, with this being a distress call, we don't know exactly what we're up against. I'd feel more at ease if you could look for any cloaked ships or creatures in the system.
Affirmative. Running wide-ranging scan.
That's actually a good point.
Short of one organic being, there are no other bodies, ships or vessels in this system.
The organic being, is it planet-bound or in space?
The organic being seems to be free-ranging.
Where is it?
Oh.
It appears to be emanating from the center of the White Dwarf.
That's going to be something.
Hey, so Talia, remember what I said about looking way too much into this system? I think you might be onto something.
Is it
Yes.
a
You think-
Kandori, Mular?
Negative. I am unable to identify its species.
It's probably not a Kandori. They don't generally live in stars, I don't think.
I mean,
But I'm out of ideas.
I've come across many strange things.
Radiation is too high to identify.
Something either living in a star or... I mean, there are stories from my homeland that stars were simply...
stars?
No, there were stories in my homeland about the stars simply being portals to other planes. Which is actually lore relevant because the elemental plane of fire can be accessed through the sun.
Yeah, you fly straight into the
Where
sun
we
to go to fire.
should have a horizon walk at range.
Mular, let's go ahead and proceed with our mission and go ahead and make a quick flyover of the moon. But would you, it's probably already on your prerogative, but would you keep an eye on the sun and let us know if it moves or does anything that we should know about?
Affirmative. I shall carry out this request.
So that's freaking me out a little bit.
Well,
Thank you.
I could come up with something of my own beliefs.
Talia just walks
From
into
my-
the sun and talks to the creature.
In my tribe, it was said that our god lived in the sun. And seeing a creature being inside of, and she points to the obvious, it makes one wonder.
I mean, it is
It was-
also said that the Ra is the sun, but I don't think he is here.
Well, I don't think so either, and I do find it curious. It was.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
I forgot what I was gonna say.
It could be a god. It could be somebody's god or something godlike, or it could just be a big angry elemental, or it could just be that the sun in this system is alive. Either way, I don't really want to get caught with my pants down, you know.
Or is
So we'll
it
keep an eye on it, I
perhaps
say.
the big thing we were supposed to fight?
I certainly hope not. Mular, how's the
mean,
world
it
cracker
is-
look?
Possibility.
Have we gotten it recharged yet? Because you said like 30 days, I think, and that was like 40 days ago, somewhere in there.
Worldcracker has been recharged.
Okay, so we have options if we need to blow up the sun. That I don't like the way that sounds.
I love that Focus was the main one that had an issue with it. Now he's fine. We have options if we need to blow up a sun.
I feel slightly conflicted about that, but sure.
I do
It's not
think
high
that
on my
the
list of
wise-
things to do.
I do think the wise choice is to chase down the distress signal. Maybe
Yep.
it will give us some explanation of whatever is going on over there. And she eyes the sun.
Oh yeah, no. And in the meantime, Mular is keeping their incredible watch on it. So, I think we're good.
Affirmative. Scanning planet as requested. There seems to be a desert world. Orbiting it seems to be the moon we are destined for. Displaying details.
Do you have a closer
Hmm.
closer coordinates on the moon to where the distress signal is emanating from?
Affirmative. I have found a signal landing site, courtesy of Nocturnus. Believe we have an
Oh,
ally
excellent.
on planet side.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I think they were expecting us, if I remember
I
correctly.
mean, I suppose. Why would they be expecting us?
They put out a distress signal, and
Yeah, but
we were
why would
responding
they-
on behalf of Nocturnus.
Okay, you sort of
I'm
forgot
I'm
to
guessing that
mention
Nocturnus communicated back.
Either that, or we can assume that we have scanners, they have scanners.
Also, that yeah.
You
Most likely they know
assume
we're
a
coming,
lot.
but if not, we'll approach with some level of courtesy. So, Mular, everybody good?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, let's
I've
prepare
got
re-entry
the bind.
procedures. Mular, bring us down.
Affirmative.
Affirmative.
Like binds her sashes and like readies all her weapons.
Please be aware this is a hostile environment.
Yeah,
Just
I was
all
gonna.
environment hostile.
I see
I was
this
gonna
from
say
the.
that Talia will climb Snuffles and be ready with aerial attacks if needed.
Oh, when you're
You
on the
can see-
approach, you mean?
Yeah, like when we're approaching, like landing, like Snuffles will stop following the ship and start hovering in the air as they land to have like an aerial.
This is where you use friggin' Runekeeper Haikun to just put guns on Snuffles at this point and just weaponize her as like a siege platform.
It's a miniship. It's a miniship.
Yeah.
Organic miniship.
Oh.
You see,
I'm gonna
Akatsuki is just taking in every detail of the dossier.
I'm going to be, I guess, manning the cannon-ish on the way down. Mostly just, I want to be at the front of this because it sounds fun. And there just in case we need the cannon for anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Goggles down. Sash is tied. Couple of new weapons. The new gun, I will say, Bunker's new cursed pistol that he lifted off these pirates, these French pirates, has replaced his crossbow in his chest harness. So now he has a gun on a retractable harness on his chest. I don't know if anybody's ever actually asked me about this, but he has a harness on his chest that kind of retracts, so it's on a cable. He has a pistol now, so when he shoots, he can just drop it and it goes back into position. He can't
Yeah, it's
reload it, but he doesn't lose it when he drops it.
It's like one of those gunslings that a lot of people use now.
Yeah, so that's what he has in his front here. He would have still the rapier probably on his right side and the new scimitar on his left side, so he can cross draw them if he needs to. There,
Bonnie
he's been
is
updating.
coming as she is, mace and all.
Ah.
I would advise that continued, as the word has escaped my head.
Hostile.
No. When you experience and are in something, continued continued exposure would be dangerous to your health. High temperatures and increasingly high traces of nitrogen make for a hostile environment with much radiation.
So
Does
like,
anyone know any magic that helps in the maintenance of breathable air?
Does anyone have
I
create
know how
air in
to
other
get
words?
less air.
You can destroy air.
Is it the air or is it just being exposed to anything, Mular? Like, is just being outside slowly kill us?
There are many solar rays which are quite damaging and could be potentially dangerous to your skin and your health. The temperature itself is in excess of 50 degrees Celsius.
That's a
I
little
mean,
warm.
I can make it hotter than that.
I will say that our there's this. I lost
yes,
the
okay,
tab I needed.
Could
but-
Malkin
what-
raises her hand. I can help with this.
I might have something that will make us not leave the ship. I
Leaving the vessel is necessary.
I can't do a little bit of scrying, but I don't know if that's enough.
I have located only one settlement. I will be landing nearby.
Perfect. So even if we do have to go outside, we won't have to be out there for long. So the point is, I
Affirmative.
think that we need to just be fast. Is that correct, Mular?
Potentially affirmative.
Okay, so that is at least one option, is just not lingering for a long time.
Please be aware that during the evening, or the night as you called it, temperatures drop to -30.
So,
hot-
a pleasant
hot
80 degrees difference. Got it.
Where are we? I am pulling up, because I think I'm pulling up the character sheet for Cassius, because he has some protective stuff, but I don't think it's going to actually help us in this situation. Why did it go to your profile? I clicked Cassius. There we go. I'm just going to double check, because I think he had create, not Helma, but whatever the one is that gives you an air bubble. But I don't think that's really what's going to matter.
How big is this moon in diameter, in feet?
How big is the moon in feet?
Yes.
Yeah.
In diameter.
In centimeters, thank you.
No, feet.
I actually need
Kilometers.
millimeters.
I'm assuming it's moon-sized, correct? Not as big as a planet, but
Well-
also you're still going to be walking for a week to get around it.
Hang on, hold on. I actually have the numbers, I just need to turn them into feet.
Oh god, Malkin's character sheet is in light mode. Oh, thank god.
Oh shit. 5, 7, 8, 10,000, 100,000.
Well, if
It is 11 million feet.
in
That's
diameter.
an easy
Yes.
day's walk.
Okay.
So planet-sized, or not planet, moon-sized.
Literally moon size. That is just shy of the Earth's moon.
Okay.
Ooh, does that mean gravity's lower here, or is it still about the same?
A little bit lower.
Gravity is a little bit lower. This is like the first
I can
planet
normally-
exploration you've actually had to do, I realise.
I can normally jump 25 feet, and I'm super curious to see how far I can jump like this.
26.
And we never saw Bonkers again.
Bonkers, where are you going? Ah!
No, Bonkers, no! I assuming we're going out of the ship.
Moolah will begin to bring it down to land, slowly as you are trying to figure out how to survive.
This is the perfect time to test wingsuits, just saying.
I don't think we've quite finished it yet.
We have prototypes. That's good enough, isn't it?
Yeah, drop into a
honestly-
hostile world. Go ahead.
With the fabricate spell being used on, I assume 3 of the 4 days, because probably not today.
Yes.
No, it'd been 4 days, because this was a half day.
Yeah.
We just started today. I assume that would take more than just the 1 day off of it. Because fabricate would take, like, a lot of work out of it.
Yes, and also I don't know if you've seen that I have been spamming you with stuff in DMs for IDs.
I do now, because I have seen 5 new messages just when you pointed it out.
It is worth knowing that, for the sake of knowing it, it's 1 p.m. or 1300 hours when you arrive.
Okay. To Doomsday.
On the planet's surface.
No, which means it's going to get real cold in about 8 hours.
I know it's very late.
Aren't we
It will
going
take
to
5 minutes.
die from other things within 7 hours?
Yes,
I don't know, we'll find out.
Okay.
I'm going to ask Cassius to come with us because cleric reasons.
Well, while that's doing that, I will
I'm a cleric.
I will call an actual 5-minute break on that note as well.
Okay.
And we're back.
Potentially dying.
We will see what happens.
Teddy has sneaked off into Joffrey's room because Teddy secretly likes Joffrey as a companion. I just decided because I can control both the animals. And I'm gonna use it for all it's worth.
I mean, okay. So Jeffrey's gonna be high as a fucking kite.
I was just gonna say Jeffrey occasionally has a red nose.
Yeah, no, I was reading upon all of you guys' backstories, and Joffrey seemed like the one who would come most friendly with a cocaine bear, so...
That's a weird statement,
so-
isn't it? The most likely to befriend a cocaine bear.
So I
will
chose
see.
Joffrey.
You don't think a cow, a rabbit, or a fox goes well with a bear? Is that
No.
what you're saying?
Yes.
So I will say that at this point, Bonkers in preparation has been filling his, canteens of water up. He's been getting extra fabric, so he always wears a scarf, so he's kind of turned it into a head wrap and pulled his goggles down, getting prepared for landing on a desert planet and getting as much protection as he can from the harsh environment.
Talia is not really affected by the elements, it's worth knowing, on this planet, because it's kind of like her homeland.
I was gonna ask about that before we...
Your homeland is literally a switch between lush jungle and forbidding desert. That's the only two things you ever knew.
Does Talia get a little lethargic at night when it gets really cold?
Yeah.
Yeah, she does not handle cold.
I will use an action to make my little flame friend lantern give me fire resistance for an hour.
Okay. Katsuki?
Uh,
Have any special preparations?
not really.
Like, I have nothing.
I have
can cast
things.
daylight on you.
I have hope. No, you're not me. You're not allowed to do that.
No, well, Akatsuki is more, I have monk bullshit.
Okay.
So she doesn't do any. But Malkin will is prepared to cast create or destroy air whenever she sees anyone having any struggles in the atmosphere.
Destroys air.
Which brings me to my point. Who are you taking with you? If anyone. You don't have to take anyone.
During this
I would-
talk about the atmosphere being not exactly hospitable, Malkin raised her hand to say that she wanted to come with, and I think Akatsuki would agree that that was a good idea.
Hestis will say that she can stay behind, but
Because she
would
always does.
Yes, but she would be casting protection from energy upon every leaving party, and make them resistant to cold.
Okay, we're hedging your bets really well. So Malkin is going with, so is Cassius then.
Yep.
And I need
would
to
you
know
also
how
do me?
many so I can tick off the yay.
Yeah, I know.
Spell slots.
Malkin, Cassius.
Would you long rest Cassius for me? Because I can't do that as a non-owning party.
Oh, yes.
It won't even let me unclick spell slots. Otherwise, I'd been fine. But yeah, so it'll be the player characters +2.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
So 6.
Right.
Yeah.
And Talia
yes.
will bring Snuffles.
Unless-
But he probably doesn't count. So.
Snuffles probably
just,
doesn't care.
No, Snuffles just kind of flies about when he's not doing much.
Yeah, but Talia is on Snuffles, so she will be leaving on Snuffles.
You can't keep Snuffles for the entirety of the planetary trip, though. I'd like to make this clear. He is a very large predator.
Well,
No,
yeah,
he is
but
an apex predator. He's not even just a large predator.
He will be free to roam, but we are just landing on a planet. Even Snuffles is wise enough to know that he needs to join like the first half an hour recon of the planet.
Yeah.
Or the moon.
Know.
Yeah. And then Talia will let him free to roam and do whatever he wants.
Are you just having a coke and bear on a leash?
No.
No, but
Teddy does
but,
not
but
even. He's a ship-bound. He is a ship-bound creature. He doesn't leave the ship.
Bonnie decides she's
He
gonna
knows-
mount up Teddy and ride into war.
Teddy refuses.
Flailing her mace.
I mean, I can kind of see that though. The Minotaur on the back of a cocaine bear is flailing a holy radiant mace.
Bonkers riding on top of Bonnie's horns.
Yeah, Bonker's holding Bonnie's horns. Yeah.
Probably not even holding. He's dexterous enough. He would just be standing and dual wielding.
While the Katsuki and Tanya are taking wing each of supples and just kind of stand there.
If this is that power move, I don't know what is.
This is how you enter hostile environments where you know there's foes. You just enter like this.
We can roll intimidation with advantage.
Moolah will mech up and carry the other two crew members on his shoulders. as a cybernetic dragon, which she's done once already.
Yes, we come in peace.
Yeah, we come in peace with our machines and creatures of war. Yeah, that works.
We come in peace to make you pieces.
Yes.
So, when we land, First off, I want to establish something because I've asked before, but we had a higher dock at that point. When we land our ship, how high off the ground is the outer deck?
Approximately. Right, this is an open plane, so Moolah can practically land the ship flush, almost.
Yeah. So we're like 10 feet up. So Bonkers could literally just hop off and be totally fine.
Yeah. Quite easy.
Because if I can jump 25 feet in the air, I'm assuming I don't take fall damage when I land.
No.
Because that's what he do.
It's worth knowing before that happens, however. You will each receive a transmission, a message on your holowrists.
Oh.
First, contact guidelines. Courtesy of Nocturnus. Rules for interaction with indigenous species.
Oh, there's a lot there.
Do
Let's
we
check
have
it out.
time to read this, or should we just wing it?
Well, it would have been good or nice to have received this a couple.
I did
while we
ask
had
you.
time.
I asked you if you wanted it now when you landed on the planet. Your words were when we land on the planet.
I think you're correct.
I know
I
I'm correct.
Principle of non-interfering? How am I going to get laid then?
Wow, what the fuck has happened to Bonnie? I'm sorry.
Bonnie's
Yes,
an
I've always
absolute
been.
horn dog.
I mean, she wasn't, but now she's become one.
Yeah, no, she always was. She was just
She's just more comfortable now.
taking. Yeah, she's taking
Polite
a
with the
little
new
more
people.
time.
Well,
Yes.
reading through this quickly, I assume let's encounter everything friendly, unless something unfriendly happens. Then we can. Am I correct in that understanding?
No.
As you are swiftly
Riding the
scrolling,
cocaine bear?
as you are swiftly scrolling, you notice at the end it says "signed to accept terms."
I think I speak for both Faye in the party that we are reading
always
carefully.
feels like they want something, and she hits accept.
I'm more curious what happens if you don't accept.
It tells you.
The spade is combust.
Oh wait, it does.
It tells you
Probably
what
we just
happens if you don't listen to the rules. It doesn't say what you don't if you don't accept.
Oh,
Removal
no,
from
I'm fine
Nocturne
with
and
this.
protection. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
not protected by Nocturnus.
Ah, first contact guideline.
Talia's just now noticing that they're there
Yeah.
because she's a grandma with technology.
Yeah, Talia's not great with technology. I mean, the Katsuki's been teaching her, but it's not going great.
She's like, why is my clock constantly beeping? Oh, you need to charge it, honey.
why is it flashing at me?
What's charge it mean?
Why is it vibrating? That's a message.
Do I have to answer it?
How do I? And she presses.
Who
like,
is Syrian?
really
How is
hard
she in
on
my
the
phone?
screen.
I don't want people to message me. That's how it works. That's what communication is. Do they know where I sleep?
I just picture Akatsuki and Talia is like pressing really hard, and you know how your grandma's like pressing hard on the screen so the screen doesn't react because it's like a really hard push. That
things
is
you
what
dropped
Talia is
it.
doing, and Akatsuki keeps telling her, just light touches, darling, just light touches.
No, I wanted to stop.
And then I was like, all right,
Yes.
double tap that.
So Talia's entire arm is covered in bruises where she's pushing too hard.
Why is there a heart on the screen now?
I actually had that with my mom where I said, double click this, and she clicked with 5 entire seconds in between each click. Yeah.
No, that's 2 single clicks there.
Yeah.
Are you? I mean, there's 2 Fae that are not signing it without reading it.
No, I have signed it.
I mean, it's not that. Oh, you're not a Fae.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm not.
We take contracts almost as seriously as devils do. Actually, probably more so in some cases.
Talia's desperately trying to find the way to sign it.
Fuck, I closed it. Where did it go?
That's Talia right
And
now.
she's like
Here's the
100
grand
feet.
man now.
There.
She's like 100 feet up in the air with Snuffles, with Akatsuki nowhere nearby to remind her what her password is.
Yes.
How do I enter password? What's my password?
Forgot password. I've forgotten the forgotten password.
just fucked everything up.
Why can't I change the password? It just
And
says
she
can't
she
change
she
password to current password.
she just resolves to just ignore the clock and just like, okay, I can sign it later.
I love that she calls it the clock.
The clock. I can sign the clock later. It's fine.
That's how Talia refers to her very complicated, very advanced holographic
This is
smart
summertime,
device.
yes?
So, Bonkers has finished reading. He's going to sign it with a big flourishy B and a paw print.
Okay.
And click submit.
Akatsuki.
Akatsuki will
After
very carefully go through it. She's like, loopholes, looking for that. She's not so much a contract fae as she is a spirit fae, but the contract thing is she's like, it's in her. She can't get rid of that part of the fae. You can't take the contract out of the fae. I'm like,
You can take the Fae out of the wild. You can't take the wild out of the Fae.
and she will sign
but
in
it's
extremely eloquent calligraphy.
it's worth knowing that Bonnie, you can sleep with the natives. You just have to have consent, which should be
Yes.
normal anyway.
I certainly hope so.
It is
We've established that
normal
Bonnie
for her
might
to
be
have-
slightly problematic about
Yes.
Might be.
Hey, I have not raped you.
And slightly.
And it
The fact that you
was
had to-
also
you had to
the
state.
entire other crew that was pushing me in that scenario, not me. I would like to say.
A likely story.
Are you pushovers?
Oh,
Is that
God,
what you're
you-
saying?
Hmm?
Is that what you're saying? That you're a pushover? Since you said you were affected by other crew members?
Peer pressure.
When you
Peer
new
pressure.
in
Peer
a,
pressure,
when
that's
you
the word.
when you're new in an environment and you want to be liked, you do what said people tell you to do, and your goddamn lightsaber is pissing me off.
I'm
It's
nowhere near
still
my
on.
lightsaber. I'm
It's
nowhere near
still
my
on.
lightsaber. No, it's not. Now it's on. And now it's off.
So,
I'm using.
I
the
would also
Force.
like to, since we are low enough, I would like to point out that Bonkers does not use the stairs. He just goes over the rail.
Just swings over.
Yeah.
It's like
No,
pirate style, just over the railing.
No, yeah.
Oh yeah, straight up, just boink, off and
Akatsuki-
just lands.
Akatsuki is the same.
Yeah, 10 feet's nothing to
What?
Bonkers.
What? Talia's floating 10 feet above everything else on Snuffles.
Yeah, she
Uh,
I like I stated earlier, she will take like a sweep around the area on Snuffles to like look for anything that might be dangerous. But as like she has taken a thorough sweep around the area, some things might have happened on the ground, I don't know, but she will eventually land and Snuffles will fly away and do whatever Snuffles do.
And Bonnie will also jump off, but not be as graceful as the two others. On the count that she is bovine and a cleric.
You're not made to jump. I think I would recommend the stairs.
But it looks so cool, and it's less gravity.
Slightly less. Okay.
Just, I mean, it's slightly less the fact that you gain an extra foot of jumps.
I spontaneously grow an extra foot. Great.
Yes, you gain
Are-
proficiency in foot.
Oh yes,
Bonnie's
I
third
need
leg.
that.
That
Yes.
third legger, you just having to see.
Oh, Travis.
Oh,
Anyway, never mind. That didn't happen.
You land
Do I
on
see-
a sun-baked sandy desert. It's a plain surrounded
just
by
like home.
rocks and skeletons of long since dead creatures that have been sun-bleached and desiccated to the point of almost fossilization. The temperature at the moment is about 53 degrees Celsius, and there is a vicious wind whipping around every
You won't let me
single
move?
rock and
Much-
surface.
Much like the fans in your computer.
Yeah.
Hey.
Someone's fan was going ballistic.
It's not me.
Uh-huh. Yes. Anyway. Yes.
Standing in... Actually, Ida, what are you going to ask me first?
Do I see anything on my sweep around on Snuffles?
You do. You see some of the local wildlife, but the thing that grabs your attention is a set of at least 20 of these in strange groups.
They're
Like
definitely
glowing
not.
They
Called,
look edible.
and they are definitely not called glow shells.
No.
Maybe they are.
Bonnie
don't know.
Bonnie would sort of just take her elbow and poke Malkin in the side and just look who decided to join.
After seeing these glowing orbs, Talia will land on the ground and she'll like slide off Snuffles' one wing as Snuffles does a flyby. There are like 24 glowing orbs strewn around here. They do look magical from where I could see, but
I'm aware. Stop pinging him. I know he's there.
And we
I was
just
just
don't
waiting
know
to
that the
ask.
other two knows.
Yes, Travis, you were going to ask?
Oh, I was just waiting to ask about that. The
Oh,
individual we
yes.
see.
An individual before you stands in what can only be described as some sort of all-weather gear. He seems to be having basically the entirety of his body covered in some form or another. But he looks distinctly nocturnal, however. It is very obvious where he comes from. So,
It's the fancy cloth.
yeah, it's the fancy cloth, the glyphic symbols, the entire style of what he's wearing. He will stand awaiting and look up at you as you approach.
Why, hello there.
Hail and well met. There's a nocturne greeting. I'm sorry, I don't remember it. But I assume you're waiting here for us.
Indeed, I am.
All right,
Then
so
here we are.
I am Ambassador Ozar with the Indigenous Contact Bureau.
Ozar.
I am
Okay, that's
Bonnie.
correct. We were here for you.
Where the fuck did he
chamomile.
just? Where the fuck did he just go?
Isn't he here?
No,
He's still
no,
there.
no. On my list, I've lost him.
Oh,
Did I accidentally delete him? I may have accidentally deleted him. I will find him
hey.
again.
Yes, understandable.
Fuck.
Understandable.
Yeah, yes. I am here to ensure that our interactions with the natives go appropriately. These are a simple people. We do not wish to disturb this.
Yeah, of course.
Fireball.
Guidelines
I
are
just-
those of non-interference if possible.
I just have a small question about we're gonna show up here, a cow lady, rabbit man, fox lady, unfairly handsome elf, the most gorgeous
Hey.
woman I've ever seen in my life, who is also snakes, and also another gorgeous
Snake.
woman whose hair is snakes. Does that not tip off any alarm bells?
Yes, and I have a way to deal with this. He will produce a... Oh no, not the banging again. Lars, not the drilling
No.
again!
It's not a drilling, it just sounds like someone has moving things above me, but I am on the top floor.
Oh,
Oh,
There
it's
is
probably
nothing above me.
There he is.
there is probably snow.
On a flat roof, that sounds like someone's moving a couch.
they're putting in another floor.
Oh no. That's why rent is going up.
So is the building.
As you are aware, we are here for a purpose, and that purpose alone. So, it may be appropriate for you to don more less circumspect attire, and he will produce a bag with a set of robes for each of you.
I will put the robes over my current robes.
They look exactly like his robes.
Kotsky is dressed very lightly, so no issue at all there.
I'm not de-equipping my robe to add on another robe.
No, it's just a
So-
cosmetic thing.
So Bonnie just like looks really clunky.
I look like I dress for cold weather and not warm weather.
you know when you sometimes see someone outside who's wearing more layers than they should be, and you just notice that like the hoodie they're wearing or whatever is like bumpy from all the layers underneath.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's me now.
Ambassador Ozar, will the ears be an issue, or should I just tuck them in?
Tucking them in would be appropriate. These people are not simple, but they do not know how to trust outsiders.
And
They've
Bonnie
probably not
points to her
seen the likes of us. That's
horns.
cool.
Yeah, the Kotsky who has stiff ears and not soft ones.
Yeah, all of you are freaks. Let's just accept this right now. In some way or another, the only person who looks vaguely normal is Talia. And she's 9
Because they-
feet.
I was gonna say, like Malkin puts all her snakes.
Seven,
Malkin
sorry.
puts all her snakes in a ponytail, and you can just see all of the snakes are very uncomfortable. They're all just like,
Just aggravated, angry snakes at the back.
yeah. You just see the back of her cloak, and just goes.
It's a ponytail, but it's going like this.
Yeah.
I do assume Talia and Cassius is the two people that looks most normal.
I mean, yeah, I think they are.
I'm gonna tuck my ears down, pull the hood over, and I've already wrapped up with like the goggles and everything, so I'm somewhat
Well,
inconspicuous.
the plate, the whole robe does come with the full body mask, face mask. So
Cool.
It
Even
just
better.
it's hard to hide the stiff horns with a robe.
yeah, they just kind of point up a little bit too much. It's like a race.
Just as an actual point to the realistic aspect of this, Akatsuki doesn't know what the natives look like here, so she just
No,
turns
nobody
herself. Yeah, so she just turns herself perfectly human. So she doesn't have fox ears or a tail.
She turns herself into Talia.
Talia's not human.
No, but she's
None of you are.
just.
No, you're
don't
no.
think
Yeah,
Ca-
I think
you
know,
do
yeah.
actually have a human. Cassius is human.
No, he's
I
elf.
thought he was a half elf.
Is he a
Yeah,
half
he's
elf?
a half elf.
Well, he's
Yeah,
still
half
closer
elf,
than
yeah.
Talia
He's
is.
the closest one.
I don't think we've ever played a campaign with someone playing a human, except if you count Hattie, who's just disguised as a human.
I mean,
Yeah, no.
Not technically human, but she is most of the time.
Technically, Fabiano is human.
And Elias.
And Elias.
Okay,
They
so
have
don't
some
play
humans.
with Elias.
Yeah, they don't play with Elias. I do.
I am a
And
human
Elias-
every.
No one plays with Elias. He'll just burn you.
And Elias is a horrible person, no matter what the both of the other two here says.
no, I agree. Elias is a horrible person.
Hey.
Yes.
I
You
have
would say-
had the pleasure of meeting him, and he's
Alright,
horrible.
Ambassador Ozar.
You have
He's a bad
misunderstood
influence.
his actions
He's a
and
bad
ended up
influence.
killing.
Travis, Ambassador Ozar.
Yeah, Ambassador Ozar. I assume this is probably good, correct? As he has the mask and the hood over.
That will be fine, yes.
Good enough to at least take the edge off of our motley crew landing here out of.
I presume you
nowhere.
have been informed of the exact details of the cry for help.
Not really, to be honest.
We were given a very brief overview, but I believe we were supposed to contact you for the details.
The
So should we walk and talk?
The Aninani are under threat from the Mataridal Dam.
Yes, they have a strange legend, shall we say, of a creature stalking the night. They believed it to be merely a falsehood, but it seems to have come to fruition here.
Yeah,
There
it
is-
had
Would they-
striking
would they know
similarities.
what type
Don't
of
need it.
creature
Yes.
this is?
It has strangely lycanthropic qualities, much like a Voldoni,
Yeah.
which we
So-
believe to be an issue under the current circumstances.
Were we here to? How are we gonna? Are we just here to investigate and read their stories? If they've given out a distress signal, that means something's going on.
We are here to
But-
aid in any way we can, but any information would be beneficial.
Gaining information, but we're aiding at their discretion because of our non-interference policy, correct?
And at their
Nothing of our own
request,
volition.
yes. No.
Okay, at their request.
Yes. It is also worth knowing the moon itself is teeming strangely with fauna. Please be aware some of it is not exactly kind to the living or the dead. So be
Yep.
aware
No, I
what might
They-
lurk in the sands.
assumed that, to be totally honest.
There is only one settlement, and he will point over just yonder, which one you'll see an image that looks like this in the distance. Great image
Lovely.
too.
Hey, let's go over
Looks
there.
pretty.
This
pretty
is the
simple. Let's go
only
ahead.
oasis and source of water on this planet. I have made some contact with the Anunnaki, but I have been mainly observing. As
Okay.
is,
And they know we're coming, sort of, correct?
this is correct. We have made contact and informed them there would be help.
Good.
I am
That's all.
merely
I was
here
wondering if we had to.
as a aid.
All right.
I suggest you speak to the locals and find out what's going on. Be
Yep.
careful, they trade in something called desert dust. It is the only reason this planet and its moon, as we now stand, survives. It is a very powerful substance.
Substance like a
Is
drug or for like
this
spell
just-
casting or both.
Both.
Are we recreating Dune?
I was desperately trying not to make it Dune, but the more I wrote it, the more it became Dune.
Is this the spice of life that they are?
No.
Desert dust. Well, it's not blue.
But Aina may wish to add this to her drug table, considering the last thing.
Hey, no one here
I can
is a
tell
drug
it.
lord, and Treats does not access this, so that's fine.
Talia's the drug lord, she controls Teddy.
Well, yes.
Yeah, you can't get out of that one. It's still drugs.
Yeah, but it's just cocaine. I don't need anything else.
You
I
don't
mean,
need
Probably just
space
do drugs.
cocaine.
I mean, you don't because it's unlimited the
know-
amount of cocaine he has. So
You know,
It
if I
It
have, if
turns
we
out later
ever,
that he's just really dandruffy.
if we are ever back on Toril and have a Spelljammer Chult crossover, I will give the cocaine bear away to Trix.
oh god no.
So I'm gonna go ahead and activate my Circle of Avalancheous Armor because I don't think that goes away. I think that just stays active unless it's not like until it goes down.
Destroyed?
Not destroyed, but depleted because it's kind of a. I assume it's kind of a force field shield around myself.
Yeah, basically.
Is that the case?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm hoping it provides some protection from the elements, and then if some giant sand creatures come out and try to eat me, it will help aid in that prevention.
It will
thereof.
make you a less accessible snack.
Correct. That is my big goal here. So I'm going to go ahead and activate that, and I'm guessing it's just kind of this like pulse of energy, just kind of like
Yeah.
this little bubble around me, just this little light sheen,
Yes, exactly.
just an energy shield,
Um,
which probably is mostly under my cloak at this point.
After this interaction, we will end session. So if anyone wants to add anything before we do, please do so.
I am adding the fact that Robin has started making dinner and I want to go take over, so I want to leave.
Yes.
Okay.
So, good night.
Good night, Aina.
Good night.
Good night, Lina.
Bye.
Travis.
I have one last thing. I'll wait till.
I was just going to say, Akatsuki is not much of a diplomat, especially compared to Bonkers, who's extremely good at talking in any situations. So she's leaving that to them, and she's more just standing in the back, looking tough, being the hired muscle, essentially.
Okay.
Valid.
Bonnie will.
I've also
just
received a visitor.
Bonnie will just make shatter with Malkin
Okay.
Totally fair.
while they're walking over to the establishment.
Okay.
My last interaction is as we were walking and we disengaged from this active conversation with Ozar. Mular, how do you feel about one of these giant skulls on the front of the ship?
It would be tacky.
Yeah, but like in a cool way, right?
No. In
No,
a I did not leave my teenage stage kind of way.
No, I agree.
How
Bonkers.
appropriate for you.
Kama-chan. I agree, Kama-chan. I like the idea of skulls.
These are some really cool looking skulls.
Your skulls look beautiful.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Hello, Audun's dad.
Yeah, no, sorry, I just saw the horns and I was like, that's cool. Let's throw that on the ship. But yeah, it's probably is tacky. I don't know.
I mean, you're the captain. It's your ship.
I mean,
Well, he's not the captain.
I'm
But-
again, I'm not the captain. I'm just kind of.
But Kama-chan,
talk.
I have to say though that the honorable thing to do would not be to cannibalize these already dead skeletons. It's to take the
Yeah.
skull of something that we have defeated.
That's true. Also,
Only then do we deserve.
this
the
is part of their
decoration.
environment. One of our things was environmental protection. So I don't think we probably shouldn't take one of these anyway. But
Could ask.
maybe in general, we'll keep an eye out for a
Look,
skull.
this is
that
a-
we
this
can
is-
take.
This is the food for thought for another time.
Yeah, probably best. It's just a passing thought. They look cool.
It's better that we now. Well, try not to engage with the locals, really.
Yeah, more or less.
So, are we all ready?
I think so.
We
Yes.
yes.
Go.
There.